Attention, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Supercell Airlines and the entire crew, I want to welcome you to our Clash of Clans flight to the Clan War Leagues. I'm Rooney Butler, your captain, and at our destination we expect Season 3. And obviously awesome attacks and maybe even some turbulences. But I'm pretty sure that my crew chiefs, Woody and Galadon, will guarantee a pleasant stay.
Well, definitely. I think our clan is hoping for a little turbulence in this war, and they're definitely prepared. And thank you for the intro. Definitely is exciting to be back and watching the very first clans vie for Champion 1 in Clan War Leagues.
That's right, Galadon. We have got a cruising altitude of 30,000 feet, so buckle up. Today we have got some of the best bases, some of the most burly attacks in all of Clash of Clans, brought to you by a new clan joining us from China. They are called I Dream of Joining the Soybeans. My dream of joining the soybeans. Yeah. It's a loose translation, so we're just going to work with it.
Yeah, we're still working on it. Yeah, we'll figure out at one point. But it is Season 3, that means we're once again here, 7 days straight, with 15 attacks in total, and we will follow this clan through the whole journey. Hopefully, they will end up in a Champions 1, because no one is there so far. This is now the highest level we're at. As always, Champions 2, everyone wants to progress to the next level, and for that, they got 7 different wars up ahead. First one today, obviously, it is day 1. And as you might remember from the previous seasons, we also have something for you guys at home, and these are 2,000 gems that you can possibly win on our Twitter poll over at Clash of Clans. The question this time has to be your knowledge once again about all the units in a Clash of Clans. We want to know how many of those units actually have a pink eyes. So you can actually check that in the game. It is possible. We have to do as well because on some of the units we're actually sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that you typically think of. I mean, I definitely have not made eye contact with a boulder.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Yeah. So you can choose between 0, 2, 4, and 6. Pretty easy, just as I said, head over to @Clash of Clans, take part in the pool, and you might end up with 2,000 gems that you can use to upgrade your account, your units, your heroes, whatever you need to actually win the next war. Talking about that war, it is the first of the new season. It's the first time that we actually have a Chinese team here. Last time we had US, before that we had Germany. So it will be kind of interesting for everyone. I mean, they're coming from halfway around the world here to participate, and then might be thrown into the studio and need to play here. Hopefully they cope good with it.
Exactly. You've got the pressure of being in Champion 2, jet lag, bright lights, us watching them, and the expectation of their countrymen and their fellow clanmates at home that they will promote to Champion 1.
That's right, Galadon. And for those of you who've been stuck under a rock for the past couple of months, here's how Clan War Leagues work. You get an entire week of competition. 8 clans are matched up against each other based upon their previous standings and their performance in past Clan War Leagues. And then they battle against each other round robin during the course of the entire week. The clan with the most stars at the end emerges from the top. And if you win a war, you actually get 10 bonus stars, so a little bit of an incentive there to keep the competition going. You only get 1 attack per player, though, and that's what really sets it apart from normal Clan Wars, Galadon.
Absolutely. 1 attack per player. Safe 2 stars, the word of the day, although as we move up, more and more 3 stars are going to be necessary to finish in one of those top 2 positions, because the top 2 promote to Champion 1. The bottom 2 go back down to Champion 3.
And all of that without any scouting, so that will be very interesting in today's attack. Before we dive into those attacks, we should actually talk to one of the players and get to know them a bit more, since, hey, we stick a whole week with them. So let's have a short video about Packet.
我游戏名称就看到了，Packen，我在中国广东这边出生了。我是2013年3月份的时候开始接触到这款游戏的。那第一次接触的印象就是一款比较注重经营，还有同时又让人很有冲动去攻击对方的一个游戏。我喜欢的游戏，我最喜欢这款游戏的一点就是你同时可以考虑到怎么去防守一个布局，同时又有很多方法去，也算是机缘巧合吧。当时我在一个冲杯，trophy pushing 嘛，然后就偶遇到了我现在的首领，然后就经过几次的比赛，就刚好去那个韩国的邀请赛，然后 加深了了解，后来回来之后就正式加入现在这个部落了。常规每天都做的事情，可能就起床看一下游戏，然后坐车的时候看一下游戏，吃饭的时候看一下游戏，看电影的时候看一下游戏。
Even checking the game when he's in the movie. How?
And during his sleep.
During the sleep.
And when he's on the train.
Yeah, that's how you get all the experience. I mean, we know that it's important if you want to be good at Clash of Clans, then you need to be in there all the time. New meta, new updates, new units, all of that needs to be in your head and ready to go for the next attack.
He checks the game when he's in the bathroom. He checks the game when he's on a date.
And speaking of new units, super excited to see in this war, we've got brand new units that we've never seen in a previous Clan War Leagues. You've got the Ice Golem, Stone Slammer, maybe the Bat Spell, and definitely I'm thinking we'll see some El Primos.
Hopefully, because I really like the new units. I saw how they tear down walls. That is very impressive. And hopefully, also impressive will be the first attack. Sylvia, she's starting for the clan here, and off we go.
Exciting to watch because here we go. She's breaking out with the very first attack, and you've got, looks like Electro Dragon. This is something I expect to see a lot today, the Queen Walk, but here you've got an Electro Dragon that's going to do some of the funneling work on the left-hand side there.
That's right, Galadon. Queen Walk is a very popular way to start a lot of these high-level attacks. That's an Archer Queen from the bottom corner there with a lot of healers to keep her nice and healthy as she starts to path around the base. That's going to clear away a lot of the trash buildings on the outside and make sure that those juicy, juicy defenses are the first thing that these Electro Dragons are targeting.
Absolutely. You can see a pair of Electro Dragons done a great job here of funneling. And notice today as we see what is going to be dominating multi-target Infernos, and that is likely because of the introduction of the Bat Spell. Although I anticipate we won't see a lot of Bat Spells today, a lot of that reason is because players have switched almost all of their Inferno towers to multi, which makes attacks like the Queen Walk that much stronger.
Bowlers and balloons, that's going to be a lot of splash damage crashing into the space. P.E.K.K.A.'s and Wall Wrecker out in front to deal most of the damage and do a little bit of soaking. For these big, heavy defenses, we see a Lava Hound flying out of that clan castle, a very popular clan castle. Troops has so many hit points.
Exactly. Queen went to work on it quickly. There's a freeze spell on a couple of defenses as the Lava Hound goes down. The healers have gotten that Queen back up to full health as the main group gets caught by the Tornado Trap right there.
Glorious rage spell right on top of those heroes. They're going to be popping down a lot of these defensive structures, but unfortunately for Sylvia, a big Tornado Trap going out right in the center of that base. That's very difficult for these troops to get through, especially the slow-moving ones like the P.E.K.K.A. Finally, though, we've engaged this Town Hall, and it's looking like that 2 stars in the bag.
Yep, there's 70% right there as the units get the Town Hall down. The Giga Bomb goes off, but you've got a lot of big, high hit point units in the center there. Looks like just one healer left, and it's abandoned the Queen. She's going to wander off and not be long for this world unless the ability, oh my goodness, that is some restraint right there. Look at Sylvia waiting until the last second to use the Archer Queen's ability at the perfect time. Of course, still, she shakes her head as the archers go down to that giant bomb.
She still has quite a bit left in this attack, but unfortunately, these P.E.K.K.A.s are going to have a little bit of trouble getting through these walls. Takes a long time, and with only 38 seconds left, I'm worried that this might be a time fail, Galadon.
She could have used a couple of El Primos. Those guys absolutely melt through the walls. Speaking of the melting, you've got the Ice Golem in there that once it goes down should freeze these defenses, but you're right, Woody. Time is of the essence right here. There's no way these units are going to get out that backside. Even if they get in here, she's not quite going to do it. Very, very close to a 3-star, but she knows it's just not going to happen at this point.
Made use of the brand new Ice Golem. I'm really impressed by that attack. Couldn't get 3 stars, but what do you think there, Renee?
89%. I think we got a stable start for that team. It could be way worse, we all know that, especially with those hard bases we have here.
Yep, you got an Ice Golem out of that Wall Wrecker. It looks like, unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Ice Golem in action because the time ended there before the Ice Golem froze, but 6¼ seconds of freeze time from a maximum Ice Golem. That is a lot of time to stall defenses.
And the Queen was alive long enough, but still not long enough in the end, because we not only ran out of time, we also ran out of units that can go through those walls. We saw that. The last wall basically stopped the whole attack. Hopefully, will work a bit better for TK. Up next, the second attack of, like in my translation says, a group of green soybeans. So there are different interpretations of that team name.
Yeah, the clan has a gentle name, a group of green soybeans, but they've got a serious task at hand.
Target King will be next up. He goes by the name TK, dropping a lot right off the bat.
Okay.
Got Heroes up on the top corner and a big old stone slammer on the right side, a brand new siege troop.
Check it out. Listen to the excitement from the clan in the background. He's brought the bat spells because all of these Inferno Towers were set to single. This could be just what we were talking about. The idea of bringing in bat spells to annihilate a base that has the targets, the Inferno set to single. Look at them go, dropping them right on the air defenses. A lot of excitement from the clan. The Archer Queen uses her ability, single target Inferno up there. The bats are overrunning this place, Woody.
Lots of bat spells, Galadon, and lots of lava pups, too. Just seems like with these single target Infernos, there's nothing that the defense can do to keep them off. That Expo is set to air mode, and it's popping a few of those flyers down, but not quickly enough. This poor Barbarian King just standing in the middle of the base here, wishing he had something better to do than to walk around with his sword in his hand.
There's no way that Stone Slammer even goes down in this attack unless it gets focused on by the single target Inferno, which it did. And these units just absolutely overrunning. Got to get these balloons in after that single target Inferno right here. And then it's only going to be the, looks like the Defending King, the Ice Golem right there, could be what slow things down. They've got to get this Expo down right here, though.
Yeah, I was ready to call it a crushing victory, but unfortunately, there's a couple of air defensive structures off the left side over here. The Wizard Tower is big trouble.
Yep.
And the Archer Tower can deal a lot of damage, but it looks like the balloons are going to make it there just in time.
Oh, they got it. They got it. That's it. So now all the air units chase down the King. They know that it's a 3-star. Absolutely beautiful right there. Look at that. 10 bat spells. This is where we're talking about the meta of base designs having to change quickly.
Yeah, you said they will probably go for multi-target Infernos, but they didn't do on this base.
Big mistake. Big mistake right here. And this is perhaps a war base that has not quite migrated to adapt to the new meta that's changed. And now you see single target Infernos, once you've dealt with some of the Wizard Towers, they're going to get overrun by bats every time.
That bodes very well for the Green Soybeans. Not a single clan in this entire league has averaged more than 2 stars per hit, and yet they started off with 3 stars in their second one.
That is true. We saw it on the right-hand side graphic. You might think that's a bit confusing compared to the previous seasons. We're showing the attacks basically now 1 by 1, which means the result you see on the right during the attack is what the opposing forces did on the same attack. So they had 4 stars after 2 attacks. They have 6 stars now after 3 attacks. But we see our team over here, they got 5 stars already after 2.
Yep, they've done a great job, and here we go again. This is, I believe this is Q attacking. All right, so Q attacking. It looks like another lava balloon. Doesn't look like any bat spells this time.
Q loves barbecue, and they say that they call him barbecue because he always says, "God bless my barbecue" before each attack. So he clearly is a guy with a very strong personality, and will be moving in hard with the Lava Hound balloon combination again. Not seeing the bat spells this time. He brought 2 skeletons instead.
Yeah, so we've got a mix. We've got 2 multi-target Infernos and 1 single over there, parked right next to the Archer Queen and that Town Hall. And again, look at this base. It's not completely maxed out, very near maxed out, and that is something we are going to consistently see this season in Champion 2. Just Town Hall 12s, and most of them very nearly maxed out.
Stone Slammers get some great value out that right side compartment. Gets the CC pull and is able to take those troops down very efficiently out the right corner. So without any clan castle on defense to worry about, it looks like Q's going to send in some of the ground troops here in the bottom corner to finish off that Town Hall quickly and then start the main phase of this attack, the aerial invasion. Still has quite a few air defenses to worry about.
Well,
one in the bottom compartment, but
yeah, I mean, it looks like the heroes are going to get one. Oh, nice free spell on the Queen of Town Hall. So there goes your second to last air defense. And now there's only 1 air defense. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Just
right,
2 in the top right.
Defense, yeah, top right. So those Lava Hounds, a pair, and then 28 balloons getting ready to move in right here.
And here they come from the right corner and moving up toward the top. Balloons spread with a nice bit of panache there. We're ensuring that they don't get targeted by any splash defenses and air bombs that might be able to take them out. Nice free spell as well, taking that Eagle out of commission, and the single target Inferno behind is not too much of a threat for these balloons. Unfortunately, though, I'm not seeing much tanking left for this attack, Galadon.
You have great timing on the free spell. Also stopped that air sweeper. That let the balloons get in there. They're going to take out the air sweeper and the Eagle artillery. Good use as the right into the core here. 2 haste spells remaining. So notice this is mostly haste spells. You don't see a lot of rage spells here because the haste is going to get those units from building to building. This base may be built more to stop an Electro Dragon attack. These balloons doing a great job getting through just a few more defenses.
Unfortunately, they're going to fall a bit short here, though. We're seeing the Skeleton spell at the last second. That might be enough to give a little bit of tanking for this balloon. It locks onto the Grand Warden, but seems like there's just a bit too much on the back end, too much junk in that strong for Q to be able to finish it all off, and unfortunately that's going to leave just 2 stars.
Yeah, 5 seconds. We're counting down another high 80-something% attack. Beautifully done. No splash left, but again, time with these attacks is tough.
Still enough to lead after the third attack by 1 star. I mean, starting with 3 stars is fine. 2 stars, that's solid. So nothing to worry about right now.
Yeah, I like the late use of the skeleton spells here, but unfortunately just ran out of time. The balloons did manage to get all the splash damage defenses down, but just too many outside structures, not enough cleanup.
Time heals all wounds, Galadon, but sometimes it also ruins attacks, unfortunately.
That's how it is. We know how important time is, and this time it wasn't enough to get 3 stars. He is coming up next. Obviously, he wants to try to get those 3 stars. I mean, right now it's pretty close. 7 stars on the side of the team that we got over here. 6 stars on the team that play on the internet. It's 8 now for them after the 4th attack. So they just need 1 to get tied.
Yep, so Grease has averaged 2 stars or on every single attack so far. And Yi coming in here trying to put up another 3, starting with another Queen Walk.
He plays very well under pressure, likes to have a drink at hand, but not this time, unfortunately. He says that nothing can face him while he's playing the game, though, because he knows that if he actually does make a mistake and fail in his attack, he'll get kicked out of the clan. So he just got to always play at his best, and he says that that's why he's still here. He's one of the best players from the Green Soybeans, and he'll be moving in hard on a ground assault this time, using boulders.
Yeah, Yi a big fan of the boulder attack. You can see this ground force really moving in a tight group right here, headed towards that town hall. You see the jump spell spanning about four different compartments right there. As the Lava Hound again comes out, the Archer Queen's going to deal with that while the bowlers and the P.E.K.K.A. try to get to the core. Great free spell on the Inferno and on that town hall. There goes your town hall for the 1st star.
Oftentimes we see a lot of witches paired with bowlers, and I'm kind of curious why you think he might have chosen to just go with the bowler composition this time, Galadon.
Well, I think there's probably a few different reasons. One being those Inferno towers, another being the way he sent them in. Rather than a wide spread, he didn't want witches on the outside. Sent everybody in through the core. You can see the Barb Cane cleaning up on the top. Another great freeze, or if that was an Ice Golem freeze, either way. Great job with the freeze spell there, stalling some units, but he has lost a lot. You still have Lava Pups that are chasing down some of his units in the core.
Yeah, that's going to be the definite 3-star attempt. Any remaining CC troops can make things very difficult, and unfortunately that Archer Queen kind of walked around the opposite edge. Instead of helping out that main thrust of the attack, she's going to be now stuck on that top side trying to pop down the rest of these pups. Yep. Does manage to do so, but I think that things are just about running out of steam here, Galadon.
Yeah, the healers kind of abandoned that Queen. There is a lot left. No major defenses except for maybe an Expo. But again, yeah, this time, not so much time as it was just horsepower from this attack. You can see, I mean, they're still working up here, but just probably don't have the oomph to get it done. A couple of goblins, last-second goblins there.
Well, the Queen does get a little bit of a break here. That P.E.K.K.A. is going to wander out in front of her to try to draw some fire. P.E.K.K.A. still has quite a few hit points.
Spoke too soon. I think these guys are thinking 3-star right here.
Really? I mean, it's still definitely possible.
3 loons left. And that P.E.K.K.A.'s got a lot of horsepower. Now, here comes the Expo. So the Expo will take out the Queen. But you notice what they did. He waited to drop the balloons until the Expo was targeting the Queen. Okay. Now it's out of range.
Hang on, the balloons are going to drop the Archer Tower. Expo's the very last one.
Right
I think they've got it.
Right on top. Is it going to go? Is it going to go?
Wait, hang on. There's another building somewhere.
Oh, it went. Where is it?
Where's the last
Where is it? No, there's a Tesla at the top. Oh, I can't believe it.
In the top
I cannot
corner.
believe it. With 29 spectators in the game, time is going to run out. That troll Tesla stops the 3-star. Oh,
if he just held on to one of those balloons, could have dropped it right on top, but
absolute heartbreak.
See it.
Oh, man.
Well, we talked about that in the previous season, those troll Teslas in the corners.
Absolutely. It's such an elementary strategy. You throw a Tesla out there, maybe a builder hut, and you could tell that they started to celebrate, and they started doing their calculations. Wait a minute. We're at 98% and I see these buildings left. They knew suddenly something was wrong.
That one last corner stopping the team from getting another 3-star, but it was more than a solid attack that we saw there. It was really executed, enough power behind it, but at the end there was a troll Tesla there in the corner, preventing a 3-star. Up next is Cat.
Oh man, you bet they're going to learn from that one. Again, you know, it's tough. I mean, you really get focused. I mean, we were focused. You saw where we were focusing as we were moving the iPad around. We didn't see it either until the last second. Sometimes you have to keep track of the percentages and know, exactly what's left. But again, I think that right there, if you don't drop those balloons after the Expo, you wouldn't have had enough to get to the Tesla, so it was a tough call.
Ken is a bar operator from Madrid, Spain. He's been there for over 10 years, and he is certainly going to have his fill of this base. We have a mass miner attack coming on in. Lots of heal spells to keep him nice and healthy. Starting off with his Queen Walk in the top corner, and some heavy troops over on the right side as well, with this Wall Wrecker and an Electro Dragon to stack on top.
Yep, brought a couple of freezes there for that single target Inferno. See the Queen Walk go in top left. And now the Queen has to use her ability. Looks like we're going to be working on the Town Hall as the Queen tries to get out of range of the single target Inferno.
2 dragons inside that Wall Wrecker. An interesting choice here from Ken to try to take out this Town Hall early. Unfortunately, that's just going to be a bit too little, and he might have to divert to plan B now to try to take his Town Hall down a different way. He might wind up going an opposite side with his miners.
I'm guessing the miners come in.
Right corner now.
Yeah, the miners come in after that Town Hall. You see the Barb King on the far right there is going to complete the funnel. Queen on the left, King on the right, miners down the middle, and the Town Hall easily goes down. Doesn't need the Warden's ability there as the miners dip under that Giga Bomb. And it looks like they're going to get stalled, though, by the Barbarian King for a moment, which can be tough.
Yeah, he almost certainly wanted to use those miners on a different portion of the base, maybe to take out that Inferno Tower over on the left side. When he saw that that Town Hall was still standing after the first initial wave of this attack, he knew that 3 stars was out of reach. Still, though, he can get the 2 pretty easily here and still has a little bit of chance left to get a few more percentage around the very edges. There is an Eagle Artillery up, though, and so that's going to kind of prevent him from getting much more, though.
You can see how bad the combination is of miners versus a Barbarian King, as we saw it right there. What looked like a huge group of miners completely stopped by that Barbarian King right next to the Town Hall.
He was able to keep all the miners away. Obviously, we saw that the first attack on the Town Hall, not really what he wanted to do, or what he anticipated there.
Yep, there's your Warden ability, trying to keep those miners up, as with the heal spell. But look at all those defenses firing down, and the Ice Golem out of the defensive Clan Castle.
59% in the end. That was our, let's say, I have to say, worst attack of the day. We'll see if Jason does any better for his team. Right now, it's looking good for the Chinese powers. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
someone had to say it.
It's a 2-star. It's a 2-star, and that's what Greece has averaged up to this point. You can see on the right-hand side, Greece 6 attacks, 12 stars. So we're still doing okay, but absolutely, when you're planning these attacks out, the plan B is always going to make sure that you get that Town Hall down, and that was critical.
All right, just needs 1 star to catch up to Greece, but 2 stars would put them ahead. We are now watching Jason, who told us before the event that he loves drinking warm milk. In the morning, warm milk. At the bar, his friends ordering drinks, he gets the warm milk. Right before bed, warm milk.
All right, you're making
healthy
me
and
thirsty,
hey, you need some water? I got some down here. No warm milk.
I'll tell you right now, the Queen is thirsty for the Lava Puff, so she's trying to get that Lava Hound down. You've got an Ice Golem in there in the center, as she again gets stalled by another Lava Hound in the Clan Castle. There you go, as they're going to converge. She's going to work on getting those down. She's got the healers helping her keep up, and the Ice Golem moving around towards the bomb tower. Ice Golem's going to be up, so we'll see what happens when that freeze finally does take effect, as your miners are coming in right down here bottom left.
At the very bottom of the base, and they'll get closer and closer to that Barbarian King. They don't have too much trouble taking him down, though. They're going to relock as soon as he starts to swing away at those support troops, and I think that he's a little bit worried about this multi-target Inferno, but inside that heal spell, they should be just fine, right?
Yeah, that Barb King, though. Look at the stall on those miners. Luckily, most of his miners went elsewhere. That Barbarian King is still up. He's going to come back and grab the Warden.
What?
And the Ice Golem is going to go over the jump spell. Town Hall goes down.
No.
That is tough right there. I'm telling you, Barbarian Kings, it's a very key strategy if you want to defend. Putting Barbarian Kings next to Town Halls, very effective for stopping 3-star attacks.
Well, it has definitely stopped the 3 stars here. Those miners definitely need that Grand Warden in order to stay healthy. And oh no!
And the Giant Bomb and the Wizard Tower. That's a tough one.
Well, I think
the Archer Queen is still up.
Still has a little bit of a chance. It's kind of hard to gauge the number of miners that are still up in this attack, but I think there's plenty of defense to be able to take them down, even with another heal spell to try to keep them up.
Well, I remember Klaus always telling me, you watch at how fast the buildings go down. That's going to give you an indication of how many miners are left. But look at just the sheer number of hit points left in these buildings up here. 4 elixir storages to get through. That is a tall order for these miners, who are not very tall. They're pretty short.
Right. Well, it's kind of hard to gauge their height when they're underground, too.
Good point. But, wow, look at this. Another high 80% attack. And, again, solid, but not quite what they were hoping for. Last units Burning down maybe one more elixir store. It looks like now we know there's only one miner. Just one
Well,
miner
his favorite attack is Lava Loon, so maybe we'll see that from him tomorrow. Grab that 3-star anyways.
Could be. Got to be versatile. That's the thing. These bases call for different attacks. And it looks like it's going to be, what, maybe 88%? One more minion getting through it, but definitely 2-star.
Was missing out. The last attack there, it would be 88%. It was just one attack missing of the minion. That means after 6 attacks, we're leading by 1 star.
Yep, again, like Woody pointed out, the heal spell working to keep up some of those miners. They kind of split up here. You see right there, you've got a group that's stalled on the Barbarian King, and that's tough. I mean, you see that almost constantly now. It's one of those things about base design metas. Barbarian King near the Town Hall.
13 stars for us in the studio, 12 stars in front of this attack at least. For the enemy, and up next is one we always discuss about the name.
Although I did talk to him right before, and he prefers to be called 1G.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy! Huh? 1G, there we go. 1G is on that one.
1G, he's actually, his first language is Portuguese.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting. So he's fluent in Portuguese and Chinese, and we'll see what happens right here as he brings in, well, a lot of everything.
Yeah, he told me before the attack that he loves brainless strategies, just dropping all his troops and hoping for the best, but that is the opposite of what he's got this time. I see Archer, Goblin, Wall Breaker, Balloons, all sorts of different troops being brought in here. I think that the main thrust of this attack is going to be the 4 Lava Hounds, though. That's going to be a lot of tanking for whatever he chooses to make the kill happen with. On the right side, though, you see that CC already going down to the Archer Queen.
Absolutely, and check out the spell selection though, Woody. 6 bat spells. Now we do have a multi-target Inferno off to the left, and Wizard Towers are absolutely just annihilating bats. So it's going to be interesting to watch what happens here when there's this interaction between the bat spells, that multi-target Inferno on the far left, and it looks like at least 5 remaining Wizard Towers.
Very nice timing on that free spell, able to take out the Giga Tesla for a little while there and keep that Inferno Tower out of commission. Pop in that Archer Queen ability just in time to finish off the first star. And here we go with the main thrust of the attack. All 4 Lava Hounds to the same air defense.
Yep, in comes the Stone Slammer in behind as well. Watch it annihilate those walls as it moves through. Single target, multi-target Inferno. So no doubt he's hoping that he can control that multi-target Inferno with maybe the Balloons, with the Lava Hounds, as all of that spells are deployed.
It spawns a whole lot of bats and causes a whole lot of mayhem really quickly. Those bats starting to do a little bit of spread damage up to the north side.
There it is.
So what are they doing up there?
Inferno Tower went down, so now it's just a pair of Wizard Towers that he's got to deal with right here. And it looks like, unfortunately, most of the bats are gone. Oh, man, you've got Wizard Tower that's firing on these balloons. You've got the Lava Hound at the last air defense. Queen is still healthy. Look at her. She's got her healers.
Just doing almost an entire bottom to top sweep of this base. These dragons have done a ton of damage already. They're pretty tanky, and paired alongside that Lava Hound, they are holding their own. Balloons and Lava Pups out the back left corner are still going strong as well. We got 40 seconds for this cleanup.
Looks solid. I'm worried about time, Woody. It's going to be close right here.
Oh, I think he's got it easy. He still is holding on.
Queen is through the wall. Queen is through the wall. You have, what, 3-4 air defenses left. Balloons, got a dragon. I love the diversity of units right here. Lava Pups moving in. 23 seconds. It's going to be a little bit close. Did we just lose the Archer Queen?
Or the Archer Queen, yeah, that's the killer.
16, oh, I can't believe this. Now the last unit's moving in. You've got a Tesla. Oh, this is so close. 11 seconds. 7 structures. They know this is going to be tight. Hopefully this is all there is. 6. Oh no, 5, 4. I can't believe this. It's going to come down to 1 structure again.
No,
I can't believe it. It's a 99 again. I cannot believe what I am seeing right now. This is the second 99% 2-star that we've seen in this war. Just, oh my gosh, they're just absolutely crestfallen right there. You see, it's saying it wasn't even a defense. It was an elixir collector, Woody. Losing my mind right now.
I thought it would be an easy cleanup with that Archer Queen, but unfortunately she got some unlucky targets from those defensive buildings. The healers were just not doing their job. They didn't keep the cleanup.
Don't blame the healers, Woody. Don't blame the healers.
Yeah,
they did the best they could.
Yeah.
They're sensitive like that.
Completely blame.
I mean, flying around, healing always the right unit while people are shooting left, right, up, down. That is stressful. Boy, it's not easy. Once again, they have been super close to a 3-star, but didn't manage. But never mind, they were leading. Now they're trailing by 1 off off to attack number 8. It's their 8th attack, and it's LMF.
Well, LMF is shaking off that last 99% 2-star, and I haven't yet. I haven't gotten over that attack. I still can't believe it came down to an Elixir Collector right there. And again with the Queen Walk, it's just, I don't know, Woody, I need a drink of water or something, man, after that attack.
Well, LMF is an expat. He's from what Hamilton called the greatest city in the world, New York. He says that his kids think that he's a professional gamer, and I'd say that's a pretty fair description right now. He's out here in beautiful Katowice, Poland, playing in the Clan War Leagues. Clash of Clans.
I'd have to agree with everything you just said there, Woody. I think New York City is probably one of the greatest cities in the world. And it's funny because he said he comes home, and the first thing he does when he comes home is he plugs in his iPads. So his kids think that he's at work all day playing Clash of Clans with his iPads. And so when he first comes home and he plugs them in, they're like, oh, this is what my dad does for a living. He plays Clash of Clans. My kids actually know that I do that for a living, which is kind of different. But all right, let's watch this Queen Walk as the Lava Hound Baby Dragon come out, poison spell there. And where's the Archer Queen? It looks like she's doing okay. The Rage spell
right
keeping her up.
Underneath those CC troops, it's kind of hard to see her, but just below that Lava Hound and somewhere next to the Baby Dragon, there is an Archer Queen popping these pups now.
Yeah.
The main thrust of the attack, though, is going to be Mass Miner from the top left corner, going to be going toward that Town Hall very quickly. Still has a couple of heal spells left to try to keep him nice and tidy.
Here we go again, though. Barbarian King, watch out for that interaction. Looks like he's going to chase down, oh, beautiful right there. He chased down the attacking Barb King. That leaves the miners alone with the Town Hall. And you know when they get alone with that Town Hall, what do? They destroy it. Underneath they go, and ooh, they took some damage from the Gigabomb that time. The King's throne stalled them, and they took some massive damage right there.
That was an unlucky break for LMF. Usually those miners are underground when that Gigabomb goes off, but that King Altar just being right next to the Town Hall meant that unfortunately they were still above ground. Soaking that damage is not what he wanted to see. Nevertheless, the attack started off pretty strong. Ouch! That giant bomb and his multi-inferno is going to cause some trouble, Galadon.
Yep, and that Tesla farm, you had 3 or 4 Teslas right there in that same area. The Archer Queen trying to catch up to the attacking force, but there's a lot of this base, a third of this base left right here, and it looks like that was it for the miners. Wow, 29 spectators watching, and the Archer Queen, she's only going to get so far. She still has her ability. Obviously, she's probably going to need that if she does turn that corner. But yeah, having to use it early right now, and you have that single target Inferno that's in her path as well. So another, it looks like maybe we're going to be in the 80% range, but probably not a 3-star.
I'm really impressed by the clanmates coming in to spectate and watch these games. That's one of the greatest parts of any of these Clash games, is just being able to see how your clanmates perform when it all comes down.
It's so tough, though, when you know there's that many people watching, you know, especially in the studio like this. But even players at home, they suddenly look up and they see that many people watching the attack, because obviously, you know, you've got 15 players that are actively playing, but up to 50 that could be watching it.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Still, they managed to have 2 stars, at least 2 stars, on every single attack, so that is a solid day so far. While we head into attack number 9, which will be led by Tong, and he wants those 3 stars. Obviously, we know every single star in Clan War Leagues counts, so going for 3 stars is always a good thing.
Absolutely, and it looks like Greece has dropped one. It looks like maybe they had a 1-star attack there. 9 attacks used, 17 stars. So we're tied on stars. This is going to be the chance right here for you to, or this, which attack, who is this attacking? Who's going to be pulling ahead? This is Tong, and he should be able to pull them ahead here. Another Queen Walk. Gotta love this. If you don't know Queen Walk, especially with all of the bases switching back to multi for the most part, definitely a great attack to have at your tool belt.
That's right. And Tong is actually one of the veterans of this clan. Tong has been playing for a very long time and has been at the top of his game for a very long time. He was actually a member of the championship team from ClashCon 2015.
Holy cow, I remember that team.
Yeah, coming back to the main stage here for Clan War Leagues, performing very strongly with Lava Hound and a few Hog Riders mixed in there.
Yeah, and all those healers are taking a beating right there. They moved it finally out of the range of that multi-target Inferno. That was tough. And is that a heal spell right there? No, that's a jump spell. That's a jump spell. I'll try to recognize those as best I can. And there's a Rage. That's going to get that Queen healed back up. You can see the Barbarian King and his units moving around the right-hand side. And uh-oh, Ice Golem. This attack might go cold.
Unfortunately, that Ice Golem's a little bit too slow, and the Archer Queen targeted onto the Dragon first. That is exactly what Tong wanted. This free spell not getting very much value at all on defense, as there's no buildings that are targeted onto the Queen right now.
Yeah, that Queen really gave that Ice Golem the cold shoulder, as she didn't worry about those defenses because she was out of range. And it was chilling for a moment, but I think they're okay. Yeah.
If you start singing Ice Ice Baby right now, I will stop you there.
I see. All right,
stop.
In come the Balloons heading after that Town Hall. Great free spell there. Balloons are going to get caught in the Tornado Trap, though, and the freeze may expire before the Balloons get there. The Warden's ability, perfect timing. That's going to keep those healers, the Balloons, safe from the Giga Bomb.
We got plenty of haste spells keeping these balloons right on target. They float pretty slowly, but they sting really hard, Galadon. If you get them right above there into the target, they will take that out lickety-split.
Listen to the clan. They're excited over there, man. Those reactions, they know what's about to happen. Stone Slammer is still up, and this has definitely got 3-star written all over it.
Sorry, Nico Slot, but this time, you got slammed. You got Stone Slammed.
They know what's happening. They're celebrating right here as there's just storages left right now. There's even a Lava Hound that didn't pop. One last haste spell, tons of balloons, and this a bit of an overkill 3-star, but the second 3-star for this clan, definitely going to put them in a commanding position right now.
They had the chance to pull away, and they used this as fast as they could. 3 stars here. It's definitely something to look forward to, and they will pull up to 20 now, while their opponent is on 17.
Yep, a 3-star lead, and you can check out the highlights at the end of this attack. Look how many units are still remaining, and your Archer Queen with the healers. Beautiful.
A deadly hit from Tong, scoring the second 3-star hit today, and a strong contender, I'd say, for MVP at the end of the day.
That's true.
Not telling people yet. Obviously, we'll have honorable mentions and MVP
it's not been
later.
decided yet. I'm just teasing the MVP, Renee. Let me tease. Let me tease.
No, but by the way, next attack is done by someone from us. What? Yeah, it's like, his name is Talent. We are the talent of the show, right? So
that's
basically one of us.
That's debatable, Renee, but you know.
Well, it's debatable if we have talent,
right?
But we are talent on the show.
Well, you know who is talent? Number 12 for Green Soybeans as he comes in here. Looks like, well, he's got 10 Hog Riders this time. Loving the diversity right here, and 5 different spells.
The Green Soybeans have had talent in video conferences before while they're doing the planning for their attacks, and they say that he looks just like El Primo, recently introduced to the game to promote the launch going global of Brawl Stars, Supercell's brand new game. So looks like he didn't bring any of the El Primo characters this time, but nevertheless, he's with him in spirit, I'm sure.
Yep, and you know what that wall wrecker is going to come in to do that wall? It's going to punch. Right through that wall on its way to the Town Hall. You can see the Queen walk going to run into the Lava Hound one more time. Look at that big group of bowlers moving in and support right there.
Rocking hard and heavy. Talent is going in strong with the first star already claimed. That CC is going to be popping out pretty early though, and those Lava Pups are going to cause some trouble for these bowlers. They can't shoot up, and with the Archer Queen out of commission, what's going on here, Gally?
Beautiful timing of the Barbarian King moving down the left-hand side of the funnel, letting those bowlers move in through the core right there. That was great use of the Barbarian King to make sure that everybody headed down into the center. You still got a Rage and a Heal left, and a massive number. Oh, here come your Hog Riders. Left-hand side. I was wondering where they were coming in.
Finally, they're starting to make their strike. A big old Hog Parade down the left side of the base, and they're going to be cleaning up some of those defensive structures outside on the bottom. We still got a cannon, though.
Look at the balloons. Gosh, so many different. This is what I love to see. So many different units coming in for different functions. Watch the balloon clean up that cannon right there. There the cannon goes down. In the center, lots of bowlers. Archer Queen, oh, she's found her favorite target right there. Oh. She's working on that wall while everybody else has moved off to the right-hand side. I don't know why she cannot see the path. It's like a maze, I guess, but there she goes. She finally gets through. She's going to help out at the bottom. But suddenly, things are starting to thin out over here. You got a couple of P.E.K.K.A.s left, but that single target Inferno, that's going to be a tough call, and so is time.
Yep, 1 minute remaining here, and I think you're right, that single target Inferno over in the right side of the compartment is going to be the biggest challenge.
The Queen's on another wall. This is killing me. Are you serious right now? Look at this pathway. Right here, Archer Queen, right here. There's an open... No, okay, she went through that wall. She got there. I just...
She can go her own way.
She definitely made her own path right there. She took the road less traveled, Woody, but unfortunately, lots of defenses left up here and only 23 seconds remain. It's going to be tough. You've got the Queen's ability and a free spell. And a free spell. So, you know, honestly, if you have the time, this would be close. You've got a solo healer right there. You've got an Archer Queen. You've got a free spell for. Just missed the Expo, unfortunately. And this is going to come down to time. But
shoot the barracks, shoot the wall.
Close.
Shoot the wall.
95%. But wait, did you want the Queen to hit a wall again?
Yeah, I love watching Queens hit walls. I mean, if you don't like watching Queens hit walls, why would you ever play the Archer Queen?
Must have enjoyed that attack. All right, so here come those Hog Riders on the left-hand side. And again, these advanced war attacks that use so many different angles, so many different troops. Exciting to watch, but very, very difficult to plan.
I tell you, that Queen was simple-minded. She was just like, there's the wall. This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. And just right in there. It's like, that's the wall, that's mine. I'll take it. And she did. Unfortunately, they took 3 stars in the end, due to the Queen being slightly too much into walls. Let's see if Johnny can do any better on the next attack. And as you can see, with 1 attack less, they're still leading. So that's their chance to really build a gap here.
You know, that's what she was singing, but that's not her theme song.
What is it?
What is her theme song?
To the window.
Oh. All right, let's stop. Let's stop right there and let's get into this attack. As you can see, another Archer Queen at the bottom of your screen, maxed out, waiting on the healers this time. Now watch, you can see that we haven't dropped healers until the Archer Queen gets through that air defense, unfortunately losing a healer to one of the Seeking Air Mines. That Coconut Loon, as we call them, trying to get in there and probe, came in a little bit late, and we lost one of the healers. Now the Rage spell. Watch the balloon get in there, take that Archer Tower out.
This number 13 attacker is named Johnny. He's a doctor who never sleeps. He's always online and ready to clash. And those are the type of people who have the most experience with lots of different attack strategies. His favorite is the ground attack. So we see, not lava hounds, excuse me. We see balloon, or golly, I can't say the right word.
You'll get there eventually.
That's bowlers and witches.
And you know what else we've got for the first time today? We've got El Primo. That's right. 4 El Primo units are on their way at some point, probably going to work their way through one of these walls, maybe towards the top. You can see this attack is kind of rotating around the base rather than heading into the core. Here they come. Punch, punch, punch. Where are they going to go? They're going for defenses first. They're going to go after that Archer Tower up there. And then it's hard to say if they'll go after the cannon or they'll go up and after that mortar. No, looks like they're not going to go either. They're going to go inside. So they take the easy route.
Downside of these ground attackers is that they have to path around the walls, and especially when they get clumped up like that right next to a dragon, that can mean doom for the ground force. Nevertheless, we're going to still see this kind of split-prong attack now. Some of the troops going north, but the bulk of the attack still down on the south side. 2 heroes paired up with a couple more El Primos. They deal a lot of damage to walls, don't they?
Oh man, it's absolutely annihilation that those walls receive from these El Primos. And the funny thing is you look at the hole they create, they just go through 1 wall section. And it's something we're really not used to seeing because you've got that splash damage from a wall breaker that'll sometimes break 2-3 sections of walls at least. Watching those El Primos go through, sometimes you have to keep a close eye on them and watch which path they've created.
Archer Queen doing a little bit of a Tokyo Drift here thanks to that tornado trap, but she's not going to be able to dish out any more damage in this attack. 30 seconds left for this Grand Warden to get a little bit of chip damage on these outside bases. I see a minion up top as well.
Yep. Looks like a 72% or so attack. But again, letting every structure go down that they possibly can, because you never know. I mean, it's better safe than sorry. No reason to end an attack early. What if it comes down to a tie?
That's right, in a tie game, if the stars are even, it's the attack percentage that will determine the winner.
All right, so there is your highlight, and in come those El Primos towards the core of this base. Nice to watch them go through here. After they go through that jump spell, they're using some of the other open walls, but man, they just blast through walls. It's exciting. It's actually a shame that they're only a seasonal.
Yeah, stars didn't align here for a 3-star attack for our team. Let's see if Yang can do any better. We're in attack number 12, so later half of the first day. So far they did very well. I mean, 2 stars everywhere, 59%. That was our lowest so far. So let's see if Yang can top that out and bring us maybe another 3-star. I want to see one. Give us one.
Absolutely. So, hey, Woody, did you get a chance to talk to Yang about his pregame ritual? I'm just curious.
You know, I didn't. That's a pretty interesting one, though. Clean up my toes. Yang clearly has got his mind on the right sort of things here. I don't think he's actually playing with his toes, but I don't want to rule it out by necessity.
Well, I don't know that one either, but you
clean your toes up before each attack too, right, Galadon?
Well, I would hope so, but you can see Yang also is, his name here is YYNNNN, which I took to mean yes, yes, no, 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 no.
Exactly what I say near the end of pretty much every single one of my attacks. Yang actually also has 2 kids, and he says that he cares deeply about his family. He actually gave them permission to delete the game. If he ever gets too addicted to it, he said, you know what, go ahead and delete it. So before each attack, he says, I love you very much. He goes to his family, he says, just give me 3 minutes and I'll be right back. Tries to not get too sucked in, you know?
Well, great free spell right here on the Town Hall. Good rage to help keep that queen up, and you see the healers trying to keep her up through that air defense there. Now they're going to be safe. Archer Queen going to get out a lot of high-value defenses right here. And now, ooh, a couple of Ice Golems. So 2 Ice Golems. This will be interesting to watch this interaction between the Ice Golems and the Archer Queen.
We got an Archer Tower and an Inferno Tower locked onto her now, and she is frozen solid. Fortunately, those healers are raged up, and they're going to be able to keep her nice and healthy through the fire and the flames.
And the key right there is that those healers were just out of reach of the freeze. Had that freeze caught the healers as well, totally different story. Healers keep the queen up. Really nothing but time delay right there. And time could be of the essence right here, Woody. We're just over a minute left, and we're just getting our first look at the miners.
They're starting to burrow in that top section, but I think you're right, Galadon. With only a minute left, this is going to be a tough pull for Yang. He's not even gotten that 2nd star yet, and as these miners finally start to cross that halfway point and target onto this Eagle Artillery, they're going to get a nice little heal spell to keep them nice and healthy. Still lots of splash damage in that center compartment of the base with a multi-target Inferno and 2 Wizard Towers just raining down Hellfire on them.
Yeah, listen to the excitement from the clan. I can't tell if they think this is going to be a 3-star yet or not. It looks like there's plenty of power left from the troops to get through, but you're just about 30 seconds left, and you have almost a third of this base to go. The miners are quick, but you've got no spells remaining right here.
1 little loon left in tow, but just going to use that over on the right side of the base now to try to help out with the Archer Tower. It goes down pretty quick.
It's going to be so close again, Woody, as we've got 15 seconds left and about 20 structures left, though, unfortunately. And the miners, the queen, everybody working together, but it looks like we're going to have a time field on our hands.
Unfortunately, we will once again, Galadon. We were north of 90% now, but just couldn't manage to get all 3 stars in the bag. Nevertheless, we are going to see a lead now for I Dream of Joining the Soybeans. It's 26-23, so that's a nice little 3-star advantage now.
That is a comfortable lead with 12 attacks complete, but once again, I think that maybe those Ice Golems, a big part of what stalled this attack longer than he had hoped, and just had the units, not the time.
Wasn't enough to keep the queen alive. I mean, we saw it. Normally we say, like, oh, the queen walk was a bit too short in the end, fell short, didn't get the 3 stars. Everyone was still alive, but then time hit you right in the face, making sure that you can't have those 3 stars. Lala one step a bit more luck for that attack, maybe getting 3 stars. Let's see.
Absolutely. Again, you know, it's not just about the stars they score against the Grease clan, but what stars they can accumulate in these wars that will total up at the end of the week. Only the top 2 clans get to go to the first ever Champion 1 League.
Lala is a very pensive planner, doesn't talk much in voice chat, but very chatty in text, talking with his clanmates about the best ways to attack certain bases and planning and strategizing. We see in this case it's going to be a mostly ground attack, even though he does love to use Lava Hound and balloons. He's going in with the P.E.K.K.A.s this time. We're seeing quite a bit more P.E.K.K.A. play recently in the past couple of months, Galadon.
Yep, the P.E.K.K.A.s really coming in a lot, and especially because what you see one more time, all the Inferno Towers are set to multi, which is tough in a situation like you've got here, as the healers are going to need a heal spell in order to keep up. But that definitely makes big units, strong units like the P.E.K.K.A., the heroes, much stronger in attacks like this. That's a tough call at the bottom, though, as those healers are just trying to get out of range of that multi-target Inferno.
Absolutely devastating damage against one of the most important attacking forces in this setup. Those healers do manage to survive, but with an Expo targeting onto them now,
Yeah.
They're not going to be there too much longer. The Queen Walk is pretty successful, though, and we're going to see the main thrust of the attack in the top corner now. It's bowling time, and they've landed a strike on that Town Hall.
They sure have, and that's your second star, 57%. The Queen Walk is still working down at the bottom of your screen as bowlers go flying. All 3 Inferno Towers are left, though, and this is going to be tough one more time. Good freeze in the center, kind of stopping everything. Maybe that was was that another Ice Golem? Oh, man, those things, it's just been so much fun to watch those in action. And that looks like quickly whatever was in the core got wiped out there, unfortunately, but another solid 2-star. And they've got to be happy over there. Lala putting up the 2-star. Again, this is going to be the strategy that we see from most clans, making sure that you never end up with a 1-star attack. Much more important than the 2 versus 3.
Yeah, I would imagine that Lala made a bit of a miscalculation there, hoping that that Inferno Tower would go down on the outside or at least not fry those healers. Losing the Queen Walk on the bottom left a lot of those defensive structures still up, and that was just dealing too much splash damage for the ground troops up on the top left compartment to be able to handle.
Exactly, and that's one of the interesting things about the way the dynamics work, single versus multi. Single is tough on the Queen, multi is tough on our healers.
You can't really find a way through them. That's how it is. 28 stars. 28 stars they got.
Yep, 2 more stars from this attack from Lala, so they have pulled out to a 4-star lead with, I believe, 13 attacks down.
Yeah, they have another 2 attacks coming up, so it's not over yet. There's still a chance to have even more stars and punch their opponent a bit more. Make sure that they stay on top. And it's LP up next. 14th attack for the green soybeans.
Yep, so right away we take a look at the Inferno Towers, all set to multi one more time. We've got Queen Walk Miner, and looks like a Stone Slammer in store. So it'll be interesting to watch where that Stone Slammer goes. Now it should come in here and watch the Stone Slammer on the bomb tower, annihilate these walls right here, and create a path for the Archer Queen to move in. And that is obviously what L period wants to happen, as the King is moved out to the right to try to funnel to the right of the Town Hall.
All right, the Queen's getting in nice and close here, but that CC is going to start distracting her pretty soon. We see a Witch coming out of there, and that's a great placement on that Poison Cell to be able to take out her skeletons and get some good damage on her, Galadon.
Yeah, that is nice to see. Definitely prepared right there for the Witch to come out. Archer Queen gets that Town Hall down. Barb King's funnel is down pretty quickly on the right-hand side. The heroes taking out nearly a third of this base, but more importantly, the Town Hall is down, and the Barbarian King, which is the absolute worst enemy to the miners, is going to be out of the way before a single miner hits the field.
Chopping through that Archer Queen, but her Royal Cloak ability keeps her nice and healthy. She's going to pull out the rest of that CC and pop it down so that it causes no more problems for these miners. They're taking a little bit of damage out the right side thanks to a few bombs and some skeletons spawning out there, but with the Grand Warden helping them out, and not too many splash defenses on the right side of the space.
Yep, and
they're going to be pretty strong.
Your first heal spell goes down well timed. You can see this really narrow path. Notice how the funneling has created an extremely predictable path for the miners, and that's going to make it that much easier to predict with a heal spell exactly how to heal as many as you possibly can. Here, almost every miner is in that second heal spell.
Not deterred at all by that tornado trap either. Thankfully, they're going to finally go for that Eagle Artillery. It can cause a lot of trouble for little packed up troops like these miners, but they're getting a little distracted by that Archer Queen out there.
Yeah, did you see them? They gave up on the Eagle Artillery and went after the Archer Queen first.
There's one little lonely miner who said, nah, forget that. I'm going to keep going on this artillery. Pops it down, but I'm still seeing a lot of defenses here. Multi-target Inferno at the bottom and the top of the base. That Grand Warden going down, and we passed the 2-star mark now. It's not a complete failure. L-Period probably hoping that he got a little more value out of those miners to finish off that bottom multi-Inferno, but where are these Wizards going to be going now, Galadon?
Well, every attack planned definitely going for a 3-stars. We've seen that today. These attack compositions are 3-star comps every single time. But the safe 2-star, definitely the way to go. And the 3, they're stretching, they're hoping, and especially once you get to the last days in this war, 3s are going to be critical. So we're looking at those miners again. Looked like they were okay, but with all the heal spells expended and that Wizard Tower, any sort of splash damage, very tough for miners to deal with.
30 stars achieved. That's what LP did. And now we got this lovely young man. We had him on the video when we